Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bench Podcast. And I ain't gonna lie, this video is gonna be about Walter Clayton. Now I know that it's been a couple days since NCAA championship has occurred, the national championship, and the Florida Gators had won. But I'm here to talk about Walter Clayton Jr., man, and where I think he should belong after this, spectacular run that he went on. He ended up finishing the job, where I think he should fall on the NBA draft boards. Now, before we get into all that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, the subscribe button is free, so make sure you subscribe for sure. And let's go and get right into it, man. But Walter Clayton, with him showcasing what he can do at the highest stage, on the highest level, rallying his team to, a national championship, completing off a beautiful season that they had. One of the best SEC teams in all of college basketball, especially in that conference, in the SEC, the type of juggernaut that he was. It was a real gauntlet this year in the SEC conference. You had Auburn, Alabama, you had Florida, you had Tennessee. I can keep going with all these teams that they had in the SEC conference, and for them to come on top, they end up winning the SEC conference tournament, and then they end up winning the national championship, all on the shoulders of Walter Clayton Jr. And I'm not just saying that it was just all Walter Clayton Jr., but it was Walter Clayton Jr. He played a big factor. He was a big driving force and the reason why the Florida Gators was in the position that they in, and how they ultimately end up, capitalizing, finishing off a historic run. It's rare that you see a team that win conference championship and then they end up winning the national championship. And, in the type of run that he was on, he ended up averaging like 22, 23 points throughout the whole tournament, for 4 or 5 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting a hell of a clip from the three-point line, shooting like 42% from the three-point line, shooting almost 50% from the field. Man, that's immaculate shooting right there. I ain't gonna lie. And the way that he was hooping, bro, that man was giving me real Jamal Murray 2020 bubble vibes. I know y'all remember Jamal Murray back in 2020 in the bubble, when they had to come back twice from 3-1 deficits against the Utah Jazz and against the LA Clippers. Bro, y'all can't tell me that wasn't real reminiscent of what that man got going on. He was sidestepping threes, getting to the rack, left hand, right hand, floater, pull up three, transition threes. Man, dominant force. He showed his whole repertoire on display this whole tournament. And for him, bro, he got to be solidified like a top 10 pick, man. For real. A type of guard that possesses his type of ability, the poisemanship that he possesses, the confidence that he possesses, the shooting ability, the handle, and just the overall ability to, just to will his team into wins. He also set he also ended up setting the program record for most points scored in a national tournament in Florida Gators program history. He also set the record for the most points in a single season in Florida's program history. In the Elite Eight, in the Final Four, when you needed your best player the most, he gave you 30 plus in both games. That's a real dog right there. And like I said, the eye test meet the stats. Eye test meet the stats, bro. Watching Walter Clayton play this whole, and that's why I love the big stage. That's why you love March and you love the tournament, because you get to see players who don't have that type of hype, or who get to boost their type of name on the draft board, things like that. And I think he's somebody who he got to be a top 10 pick, bro. With his type of skill set, the shooting ability that he possesses, the scoring, just the overall scoring ability. Like I said, he just showed the overall poise to his game, where he just felt like, I'm going to just will my team. As long as we stay close, he just showed a certain level of clutch gene to him, where it's like, you did not want, if you was the opposite team and you was going up against Florida and the game was close and with like 3-4 minutes left, it GG's, man, it's wrapped, because once Walter Clayton got the ball in his hands, he can do magic with it. Real life still. I'm talking about dribbling the ball from the paint, going to the 3-point line to shoot threes, to take, man, what he was doing, bro. That's nasty, man. Like I said, he broke records to doing this. He broke program records at Florida. He cemented himself in Florida Gator history as well with doing that. He ended up capping it off. He won the SEC tournament. And ended up winning Final Four Outstanding Player of the Year, Player of the Year in a tournament. He ended up winning the national tournament, averaging 22, 4, and 3 the whole tournament, the whole 5 games. In the Final Four, in the Elite 8, when you needed your big gun the most, he gave you 30. In the Final Four, he gave you 34. That's eliteness at its highest. You know, a lot of people want to say Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, which Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey didn't even make it to, they didn't even get their team into the NCAA tournament. We couldn't even get to see what they talents and display what they could even do at that level. Cooper Flag, bruh, he's a hell of a player, don't get me wrong. He should be a #1 draft pick. It should be no overthinking ifs, ands, or buts about that. But the thing is, when you watch Cooper Flag this tournament, then you watch Walter Clayton Jr., then you compare the numbers. Walter Clayton Jr. was better than he was in this tournament. And that's just speaking facts. No biases, no being biased, no trying to attack, assassinate one to bring up, lift up another. Like I said, Cooper Flag played tremendous in this tournament run as well. Leading the team to the Final Four, ultimately couldn't get it done, and lead the team to the national championship. He fell short, but Walter Clayton Jr. was just on a different level. He was on a completely different level, bro. I'm talking about shooting the 3 ball with so much efficiently. What's that word, bro? Man, don't get the jokes in me in the comments, cause I can't pronounce these words right off the bat, man. But listen. Shooting the ball with effectiveness, efficiently from the field. Shooting 43%, bro, when the defense is all draped on you. When you shooting these contested side-step threes, transition pull-up threes, when you shooting the ball from damn near 30. Man, that's crazy right there to think about that. Averaging 22 points. Bro, like I said, he had broke the program record in Florida Gator history for most points scored in the NCAA tournament. Broke the program record for most points scored in a single season. Walter Clayton, he did that. Like I said, bro, if y'all don't know Jamal Murray and what that man was doing in the bubble, when I thought he was Michael Jordan, when he was finna act like he was finna dunk it, wrap around, the type of time that you had to be on to come back down from 3-1 2 times, man, the type of elite level play that you had to display right there, the way that Jamal Murray was hooping, man, y'all need to go watch some highlights, because he would look. That's how Walter Clayton Jr. reminded me of, man. He was giving me real Jamal Murray vibes, man. I'm not lying. But this right here should solidify Walter Clayton Jr. as the top 10 pick. He was the best guard in this whole entire tournament, and that was hands down. I love Dylan Harper. I love wherever guard you want to throw out there. He was better than them. And that's really what this video is about. To show Walter Clayton his love. Like I said, I know it's been a couple days since the Florida Gators ended up capping it off and winning the national championship. But the thing is, I got to get this video out to give Walter Clayton his love, because I don't think a lot of people, ever since the tournament, bro, a lot of people ain't been talking about Walter Clayton, giving this his true flowers. Acting like what he did was normal, bro. Man, what he did was put his team on his back when his team needed him the most, and he delivered. Like I said, the poise that this team, that the overall Florida Gators played with, they showed you they was a real championship level team. I'm not gonna lie. And almost every game, most of these games, it looked like they were down and out. But what they did was they brought them, fight them in the first round. Okay, the opponent is still there. Second round, we exchanging blows. Third round, we exchanging blows. Fourth round, we exchanging blows. Fifth round, okay, it kind of like we losing the fight right now. Sixth round, okay, it kind of like we still losing the fight. Seventh round, roll around. All right, that's what. Okay, offense started picking up. Seventh round, offense started picking up. Eighth round, offense started picking up. We started winning rounds, so it look like it's gonna be a competitive fight. Ninth round, I think we got him right here. We hitting him with mean body work. 10th round, mean body work. 11th round, mean body work. Now the legs gone. They couldn't keep running with him. Floyd, they could come running with him. Then once that 12th round pull around, Walter Clayton Jr. hitting him with a knockout punch. They showed me they type of toughness. They showed me that they together. Man, this was. Hey, I seen Kodak. I know Florida, they own one. Man, hey, listen, man. What that little dance? On it. You heard me? Like, man, I know Florida. I seen Kodak, he was at the game, bro. I know Florida up one right now. They lit, man. I think it was their first championship title since Al Horford and them in 07. Man, I know they were lit. But they just showed they were just a good ball club. Walter Clayton Jr., man, his draft stock need to be up. He definitely has solidified himself as a top 10, no lower than a lottery pick. Walter Clayton Jr., he that boy. And bro, make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe, man. We got more videos coming out to y'all. You know, NFL draft shortly approaching. We got more videos coming out. Hey, man, playoffs right around the corner. Make sure y'all subscribe, bro, because we got videos coming out. We're going to be more consistent. And that's just it. Walter Clayton Jr. And we out.